Greetings, friends, and welcome to the Small Brain Podcast, where today I'm going to bitch relentlessly about being a YouTuber, arguably the greatest job in the world. It's my dream job for the moment, but having done it for the last 5 or so years, it's just very easy to see the pitfalls in this specific profession. So I want to preface this by saying, first of all, subscribe and leave us a review on Spotify, and also the uncensored extended cut vlogs are available on patreon.com/smallbrainamerican, where you can also get exclusive merch giveaways from every video. But beside that, I want to say that I realize it's a great job. It's better than any job that I can currently think of. Like I said, it is my dream job. It is the job for me. At this stage in my life, it's better than any alternative. It's better than working at a law firm, and that was my other dream job. It's better than most other jobs. I could see myself maybe being like a radio host. That would be fun, or other creative stuff, author, stuff like that. But as far as like general jobs goes, it is the best one. It's better than working at McDonald's. It's better than being an engineer. It's better than being a doctor. And it's more fun, and I get to make my own hours, and I get to express myself freely, and I get to do whatever the hell I want. I'm not, beholden to a network or even like a podcast network or a YouTube manager or anything like that. I just literally do whatever the fuck I want. I used to have an agent. He'd bring me brand deals, and I would just say yes or no. I wouldn't have to be locked into anything I didn't want to do. The list goes on. There are numerous positives to being a YouTuber. But today I just want to talk about some of the negatives, because my most recent video, the relapsing in Japan video, if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. It's not performing very well on YouTube, and I would appreciate all the support over there. Share it with your friends, leave a comment. But, I just feel like I put more into this video than I've put into any project in a very long time. It was a very taxing creative journey. I had this, so little preface. I posted this video as the first of a video from a string of videos from Asia. I spent about a month in Asia, and I went to several different countries, one of them being Japan, that I spent the most time in. And then I flew to do a little relaxing. I didn't film anything. I did a podcast there. That's all. And then we were going to fly home, and I was going to go back home to the U.S. and lick my wounds, and, traveling for, 4 or 5 weeks at a time, 6 weeks. It's exhausting. You guys only see the high moments, but there's plenty of lows that I choose not to film because either they're not entertaining or they don't fit a specific narrative that I'm going for, or whatever. I try to keep it raw and keep it real, but at the end of the day, I'm a storyteller, and if something doesn't fit into a certain story that I'm telling, I just choose simply to not include it. So there's a lot that goes on between the videos that you guys don't see, and I want to kind of flush some of those out today. And I don't know if I'm going to be posting this on the podcast channel or if it's going to be a Patreon exclusive podcast. I've been posting a lot more over there, just kind of more personal stuff and stuff that I don't really think would perform well on YouTube. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. But I think I'll post this on YouTube. I think I will. So I was in Asia for about a month, and I was very tired, exhausted, planning real life stuff. And then also around that, having my job, which my job consists of a huge percentage of my mental energy. I really try to give it everything I have, despite, just fucking posting on Twitter and YouTube and stuff, and all these little side distractions that I've chosen to take up lately. The podcast, I'm blogging now. I'll leave a link to that in the description. But I don't know. I'm just trying to do a lot more shit. I'm live streaming, and I'm trying to keep the appearance of kind of low key and not very produced. But at the end of the day, they require massive amounts of effort that you just won't ever see, and that's okay. That's part of the grind. I'm not asking for any special attention, but there's a lot going on in the background. I'm very tired. I'm in Korea. We're going to fly home. And I was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to film for a while, probably 3 or 4 months at least. Let's like, before I go home, let's get like a banger video. Let's do something really special. Let's do something that's gonna like keep me afloat in the thin months, you know, the months that I'm not really feeling like posting, or I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to have to be on somebody's podcast, whatever. I just want to kind of a big pop to the channel to just kind of have like just to stay afloat for the months in between the big videos, you know. Because I was out for a month and I only filmed, well, 4. I posted 1 on Patreon, a drinking in Fukuoka video, but 3 for YouTube. So in 4 or 5 weeks, I only posted, or you know, recorded 3 videos, which is not very good. I mean, for all, you got to think of all the effort getting out to Asia, all the, you know, where I'm popping around a few countries out there. Those flights aren't cheap. You know, I'm booking things last minute. That, you know, kind of adds up. I'm getting these expensive hotels, you know, to kind of lick my wounds between like brutal filming days. And so just, you know, as far as like the business goes, it's just a bad ROI. It's a bad business plan to go somewhere for a month and only get 3 videos. It's just, it's not, it doesn't make any sense. So I was like, all right, while we're out here, I'm going to get 1 more video. I'm in, and I fly, instead of going back to Atlanta, I fly to fucking Tokyo to film a drinking video. So I only had like, I think maybe in total, like around 36 to 48 hours. But for filming purposes, I only had like 8 hours to pull off like a banger video that was going to last me for months in my mind. Plus a brand deal that could be significant. You know what I mean? That could keep me, I'm not going to be hungry sitting at home, you know, having FOMO about all these other people in Asia posting fire shit, you know? So I was like, all right, I'll just get 1 more video. It'll be really good. I'll do a drinking in Japan video. People seem to love those. They perform well. I enjoy doing them. And so that was the plan. I was going to go back to Tokyo and try to make this happen under the gun. And it was a hard video to pull off. I had very little time. It was high stakes. You know, it's a fun little drinking video, and I try not to make it too serious. Obviously, that's not my thing. I'm not the serious person. But in my head, I was kind of tripping. I was worried about it. I was like, how am I going to make this work? This really has to work. So I go out, and I filmed what I thought was a great video. Honestly, I don't want to say too much about my own work. I think other people should say it for me. I don't want to fucking... whatever. I just really liked the video. I really liked it. And I was really proud of it. And I put a lot of work into it. I edited that video more than... It's probably top 5. And I posted 150 videos on my YouTube channel. I can't remember. Show them, Rob. Something like that. 150 maybe? And which doesn't sound like much, but which it's really not. And I'm not trying to compare myself to like, you know, fucking real... talented, creative, like directors and you know, fucking, you know, executive producers of movies and things like that. I'm not in the same ballpark as them. I'm just saying, for little old me, this was a big feat. I was attempting to do a lot, and it was just only on my shoulders. You know what I mean? So I go and film, and I did a really good job, I thought, and you know, or I made do with what I had pretty well. Like I just went back to the same old stomping grounds, which maybe that was on me for trying to like do a quick fucking, you know, repeat part 2 video that never really performs well. But in my mind, I was like, this makes sense. So I did it, edited the fuck out of it, edited the ever living shit out of it. And I even have one guy to help me edit with the story. And then I have one guy to help with like more complicated memes. And even then, I was putting in, I didn't track it. I never really tracked the hours, but I would say between 40 and 60 hours I spent at this desk, at this computer, editing the video, not only the video and the story, but the audio. Holy shit, the audio, dude. Holy shit. Let's just talk about the audio for a second. This mic and these cables and these headphones, And there's a couple monitor speakers here. I think you can probably see them on camera. There's a lot that goes on that you don't see, especially with the audio, dude. Holy shit. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen this mic before, but it's a very sensitive mic. I think it's called a dynamic microphone, so it can adjust the level of, it's called the gain, or like the input, based on how you're talking. So even if I were to like scream into this microphone, it would sound okay. And I'm talking into a software right now that's balancing the audio as I'm speaking. One of my audio engineer friends set this up for me. He like mixes audio for marching bands and like rock bands and stuff. So he knows what he's doing. But this mic is picking up a lot of data, and it's a very sensitive microphone. There's a little, I don't know exactly the mechanisms in it, how it works, but it's picking up a whole range of frequencies and dynamic ranges, like really loud or really soft or really high pitched or really low pitched. It's picking up a whole like, I don't even know what you call it, like waveform of fucking information. And you can go into the editing software and you can tinker with the different frequencies. So I don't want to get too into it. I don't want to get too techie, but over the last week, I've been learning kind of this language on how to edit audio and how to make it sound better. And I'm saying all this to say, the audio in the last video, the Alcoholic's Guide to Relapsing in Tokyo, was fucked. I was in a bar and we were playing really loud music, like pop music, top 50 songs type shit, Bruno Mars, and just like The Weeknd. I mean, like mainstream pop music that is super easily recognizable to the YouTube algorithm and to the audience. And at the time, I was like, dude, the content is too good for me to leave this bar. Because if you don't know, on YouTube, if you record, if someone else's copyrighted content appears in your video, you get what's called a copyright strike, or not as serious, the video will be demonetized. So you won't make any money on the video. The artist of that song will then make all of the money on the video. I don't know how it works. The record labels have somehow sharked their way into that. To me, that's absolutely insane. Like, I put in so much work to the video, and if your song is 3 or 4 seconds of the video, you get all of the money. That just seems crazy to me. But it is a good incentive to not fuck around and find out. And guess what I did? I fucked around and I found out. I included a great deal of copyrighted music in my video, but I really tried my best, like I was saying with the audio, to filter out some of those frequencies of the songs. And I guess I didn't do a good enough of a job, because the YouTube algorithm like automatically picked it up, or the record label found it. It was some Bruno Mars song in the end. So I woke up the day after the video, and like, you know, being a YouTuber, like I said, great dream job, but when something is so good, it's also so bad. Like it's not just going to be neutral in every aspect and then like really good in like 3 or 4 aspects. It's going to give you like great blessings and fucking, it's going to give you a great life in some ways, and then in other ways it's going to greatly decrease your happiness. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. That's just how it is. I mean, think about drugs. Think about, you know, doing meth. I'm sure doing meth feels amazing. You know, you feel like Superman, you're strong, you think people like you, you're talkative, you're chatterbox, you're confident. But at the same time, it's going to have huge downsides. Your fucking teeth fall out, you lose all your money, you live in a trailer, you fuck hillbillies for cash on the side, your truck has a flat tire, you have to suck dick for rides, you know what I mean? This drug controls your life. It gives you the best moments of your life and it gives you the worst moments. And I think the same is true about anything overwhelmingly positive. Think about anything in your life that's like fantastic or great or wonderful. You know, in order to have, you know, balance in the universe, it's going to have, and I'm sorry to be too deep, I'm not being very funny on this podcast, but in order to like balance things out, it's going to have to kind of suck in some other ways. And like, there's exceptions to that. And those are like the rare thing. If you get like a really healthy, fun, great relationship, that's, you know, that's a rare thing. And when you do it, when you have that, you should hold on to it, right? But I feel like the overwhelming number of times in your life, if something's really good, it also is really bad. Like Japan, for example, when Japan is really good, there's nothing like it. It's the best country in the world. You know, the food's great, the people are friendly, it's safe. Once you kind of figure out the trains, it's relatively easy to get around for how complex it is. The list goes on. There's so many positives of Japan. But the same thing is true about the negatives, right? The negatives of Japan are a pain in the fucking ass. You have to take your shoes off everywhere you go. There's like a fucking legal book worth of complex laws about the shoes, like depending on the gym or what exercise you're doing at the gym, or if you're in the sento, if you're in the onsen, if you're on the tatami mat. It all depends. It's different, right? Stuff like that. Like, it's a highly orderly society, and that's great. But at the same time, it's a highly orderly society, and that sucks, right? Same with YouTube. Same with any dream job. It's great in all these ways, give this freedom, but it's bad because you're too free, and maybe you don't know how to go. There's no roadmap, or that's just a small example. It's not the best example I could think of, but that's the idea, right? Is like, I don't know. I don't even know the point where I was going with that. That was a crazy fucking meandering. Let me take a sip of water and see if it comes back to me. But that's the point, right? It's not going to be all peaches and cream all the time. Sometimes it's going to suck ass. So I was editing this video, fucking with the frequencies, and obviously it got copyright struck. And then, okay, so what I was saying was I was waiting. I found the fucking thread. I post a video, and I love this job so much. I put so much into it. I give it 100% of my attention when I'm at this computer, when I'm planning videos, and when I'm shooting videos. I give it all of my attention. And so when it comes time to post a video, when I've done everything I could, I've edited the fuck out of it. I've added the appropriate music. I've edited the levels of things. I've added the crossfades to the audio so it doesn't sound fucked. I've added fun little transitions. If there's a meme, I've become a project manager. Now I'm all of a sudden a project manager where I'm handling the meme guy and the story guy. I'm handling myself. I'm handling the podcast guy to make sure the clips are good and the audio sounds nice. And I'm all of a sudden now I'm a project manager, and I'm handling all these people, and I'm trying to be diplomatic. I'm trying to be nice to everybody and make sure everybody's paid on time, and and so I'm doing all this, and I'm trying to make the video as good as possible. And then I press publish, and then it's out of my hands. Right? I've spent the last 3 weeks of my life editing the fuck out of this video, making it as best I could, as entertaining as I possibly could. And when I press publish, it's scary. It's a nightmare. It's like, this is what I mean. It's a dream job, and it's also a nightmare because, it's like, when is this going to end? When is the dream going to end? When are people going to stop watching? So every day, every time you press publish is a risk, right? It's safer to just sit behind all your old successful videos and just hope that you can ride on the coattails of all the entertaining shit you did 3 years ago. Guess what? That's not how it works. You got to keep feeding the beast. You got to keep feeding the algorithm. You got to stay relevant, right? So when you press publish, it's out of your hands. It's scary. It is truly scary, And again, take this with a grain of salt. I would rather do this than scrub the toilet at McDonald's, or lay tiles on a roof, or be an electrician. I'd rather do this than pretty much any job you could think of. But that's not to say it doesn't come with its own set of risks and consequences, and great rewards, obviously. But once I press publish, it's like I just can't look. I can't look. I have to press publish. And honestly, guys, I have this thing where if I don't have plans during the day, if I don't have concrete, I'm meeting this guy at 9:30, we're doing yoga or whatever it is. If I don't have an hour by hour plan for the day, on the day I publish a video, I'm sitting in this office and I'm hitting refresh over and over and over and over. And if you have a favorite YouTuber other than me, I guarantee they do the same thing. I guarantee. That's just the norm. That's how we operate. We're vain creatures. We value attention. Attention is that's how we eat. That is our currency. You know what I'm saying? Attention is our whole career. And sometimes I put on this mask of I'm an artist. Bullshit. I'm a narcissistic fucking... I understand the game. I try to make it as entertaining as possible. I truly do. But I understand the game. It's a game of attention. And people's attention goes like that. So you got to like stay relevant. You got to stay on top of shit. So anyways, I press publish. And I've started this thing where I just go off. I go on a hike or I do something. I go to a coffee shop. I read. I've been playing a lot of Nintendo Switch lately to get my mind off shit and to not be scrolling and just have like a device that I can just fuck around on and like not worry about how I'm seen or what other people are doing, whatever. And so I've been doing that a lot. So I published the video. Literally press publish, walk out the door. I left my phone at home. I locked my phone in my bathroom with my iPad, all my devices that I could just tinker with. I locked them in there, took the Nintendo Switch out, took a book out, sat at a coffee shop for like 2 hours and just played Cyberpunk and just fucking hung out and just like soaked in the day. And it was great. The weather was great this weekend. I just had a lovely, lovely time being like a real human being. Cause I was like locked in this office. And if you could see the rest of it, the only decent looking area behind this is behind me here, and that still doesn't look fantastic. The rest of it's a fucking disaster. It's not it's not an atmospheric, it's not a nice, place to spend 3 weeks of your goddamn life editing one piece of content, And so, anyways, if I haven't lost you yet, I feel like you kind of understand where I'm coming from. So I went outside and I just kind of enjoyed being a regular guy, like getting coffee and like playing Switch and like seeing friends and going out to eat and just doing normal shit, because this consumed me for the better part of a month. So I press publish, step away for the weekend for my mental health. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. And I check the video. I'm like, I wonder what it's at. Drinking video in Japan, like probably doing pretty good. This is what people want to see. This is my bread and butter. This is what I'm good at. Like I've been doing this for forever. This is what I love doing, whatever. And so come back, fire up the laptop, and I'm like, let's see what it's at. I don't know, 500,000, 600,000, whatever. I was hoping it was going to perform really well. Not hoping. I predicted and I thought I knew it was going to just crush. And I know a lot of you guys don't look at the view counts and you don't care. But again, this is the game. This is the job. It's view counts, right? So I come back and I'm like, fuck, dude, 200,000, shit. And so that hurt for sure. Especially considering like how hard it was. I didn't even mention the cinematic intro. So we'll touch on that briefly. I wanted to do something different, right? I was relapsing in Japan. I wanted to not just do kind of money grab, like cash in on nostalgia, like remember back when type video. I wanted to make something new and something that I had never done before. I wanted to get out of my comfort zone for this because I was retracing my steps and I was doing stuff from old videos. So I wanted to make sure it had a new element to it. I didn't want to just do the same shit over and over because that's how, you fucking slowly fade into obscurity on the internet. But so I want to do something new. So I had this idea for like a skit where I'm like in AA, I'm like in rehab, and I'm like, it's my turn to share. And then I start talking. I'm like, wait, I fucking love drinking in Japan. Fuck this alcoholic bullshit. I'm going to Japan. I'm going to get blasted. And so that was kind of the idea. And I had to write the script. We were going to do casting for extras and stuff, but we ended up just using people we knew. But that would be a whole different bag of worms. I'd have to hire a casting director and all this shit. So, and then I had to like find the right camera. I had to do research on the right camera, find the right lenses. Okay, are we going to get lighting? Are we not going to get lighting? The lights are goddamn expensive, more than the camera actually. So we're like, all right, we're not going to get lights. I had to like set up the audio. Again, the common theme in this video, the audio was a bitch and a half. The audio was impossible to wrangle and make sound good. I ended up just putting one of my wireless lav mics on a cup of coffee, because like in AA they always have coffee, so I was just holding a cup of coffee, and on the back of it I had like a little magnetic like wireless mic, which actually sounded pretty nice. So the audio wasn't too hard to edit for that scene, but and then so anyways, yeah, I had to get a director. And so, yeah, working with a team, and then I'm project managing all the editors, and I'm all of a sudden the audio guy, and I just fired my agent, so I got to go and like negotiate a brand deal for this video, and that's a whole nother thing. We'll get to that, but And then so these videos, like a cinematic camera, it shoots in D-Log or D-Log M is one of those settings where it shoots a neutral color scheme. It's kind of like a grayscale, video, right? It's gray, and then you can go in the editing software, and then you can tinker very minutely with the details of the color and how you want the color grade to look, right? And so the director actually was kind enough to color grade that himself, which I really appreciate him for doing that. That saved me countless hours and like learning a new skill set. And not only all this like kind of techie stuff, but we had to find a location. I had to go scout a location. I had to go find somewhere to film this. I had to pay this venue $50 an hour. It was 4 hours, $200 for that. It was like $700 to rent the cameras and what else did we get? The lenses and the tripod. So I had to go drive around town, look for a location. And then we had to like drive to an airport, find the airport, find a parking space, find a spot that we could film in, but it wouldn't get in anybody's way. And then the camera died on the first day, so we had to drive back and charge it. And then the next day, when the weather was the same, because you got to make sure the weather's the same, we go back to the airport when the weather is similar. I put on all the same clothes. I do my hair the same way. I put on the same hat. I shave the same way. And then we got to go, refilm the stuff that we lost after the camera died. So it's just, I feel like this is, one of the valuable parts of this podcast is you guys can see like what goes in behind the scenes, because I feel like, I'm never going to mention this in the video. It's not entertaining for like a general viewer, but like if you guys are here, you're fucking with the videos and you obviously care what I have to say. So I really appreciate you being here. And listening to me just ramble and complain, because this is kind of every man's dream, is just complaining and hearing, having people, listen to him. Think of every old man like sitting on the porch, just whacking my day, So yeah, this is cool. I enjoy doing this, so I appreciate you being here. So yeah, it was hard to film it. It was hard to edit it. The fucking brand deal was a pain in the ass. I don't want to get too into like money and stuff, but I fired my agent, and the agent will like, his job is to go out and get brand deals, and then he takes a commission, but he wasn't getting me what I thought I was worth. So I fired him. And then now I've started doing everything myself, which it's hard. It's a hard job, like negotiating with people. It's just not fun. It's not what I want to do, but I felt like it was a necessary evil, especially for this video, because I put so many resources into it with filming it, renting the gear, renting the space. Not to mention like the dozens of hours I edited on it. And I was like, all right, fuck it, let's get a brand deal. And so I don't know, the brand deal, they're easy to work with. They're really easy to work with. War Thunder, honestly, it's a fun game. I would check it out. I'll put the link in the description, and you're helping out the channel. It's a free game, so just download the free fucking game with my link in the description, and help a brother out. So anyways, yeah, the brand deal was fine. It's just another piece of the puzzle, right? Like, and then you got to time it. They're like, oh, we need to go live on this date. And I'm like, well, it's ready now. Like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh no, we're not hearing back from them. So I'm just on my computer at like 1 a.m. because they're in Europe. And I'm like, have you gotten the draft? Can you see it? Is it okay? Like, can I post it? Whatever. So anyways, and maybe I'm making myself a little too vulnerable here. Maybe I'm like showing you a little too much behind the scenes, but this is how the sausage is made. This is how YouTubers behave, whether they're comfortable or not telling you this directly. I feel like probably not, because it does make us look like sniveling little high school girls. Like, do you like me? Did you watch the video? Because to you, like 300,000 views or whatever is good. And that is good. That's great. That's great for a video. But when I promise the brand it's going to get 1 million, and then it's 1/3 of that, they're not happy. You know what I mean? They're going to pay me less. And that's what I was going to say too. Like, like the payment depends on how many views you get. And then some brand deals, the way they structure them is different all the time. But this one was like a per view, right? So for every however many views I get, it gets however many dollars, right? And so I tell them, hey, it's going to hit 1 million. And they're like, all right, cool, we'll pay you this if it hits 1 million, and we'll pay you for these other benchmarks, whatever. And so, and also like YouTube pays you based on the same structure. Theirs is a little more like rigid, and it's in place. It's not really up for negotiation, but that's the same idea. It's like you get paid per the views, right? And so if I'm just shattering the illusion that I'm some fucking, artist or whatever, I'm sorry, but this is how it's done, good work can't exist in a vacuum. You have to sell it. You have to, unfortunately, market it. And that's something that doesn't come easily to me. And I feel like a scumbag doing it, but it is what it is. I mean, it's part of the game. You got to make sacrifices for the thing that you love to do, right? You can't just be stubborn all the time and not work with people. And I don't know, that's something I'm learning slowly, is like, I am very hard to work with. I'm I'm a stubborn asshole. And so especially with these brands, you have to be a team player, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if I'll continue doing them because they haven't really worked out lately. But again, play War Thunder. For the love of God, play War Thunder. It's free. Just download it. Just download it and delete it. It doesn't matter. So anyways, can't remember where I was going with this. Oh yeah, what job will you complete a task and then you don't know what you will be paid, right? So it's like when I'm planning these videos, especially this one, when I was like hiring a team, I had to like rent the equipment and rent the space and stuff and like devote a few days of my time to film and then to edit. When I'm like planning this stuff, I have a general idea of how much it's going to make, but I really, at the end of the day, you can't ever know on YouTube. You simply cannot know. And I feel like there is no other job where that's the case, other than sales, or I'm sure there's a few that I'm missing, and I'm sure you'll leave a comment with that. But I can't think of any other job where you simply don't know what you will be paid before you begin the project. I guess like a gambler, or maybe if you're in the NFL and you get like bonuses for doing shit, I'm sure there's several jobs. I'm sure there's several jobs that I'm missing. I mean, entrepreneurial stuff, like if you're roasting your own coffee beans and selling them, I guess you don't know how much that's going to make. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. There's a whole industry that's the same. But I just feel like as far as regular jobs and then creative jobs, like even if you're a musician, you know how much you're going to be paid for the gig. Even if you're like a director of an indie film, someone is paying you, right? Like the production company pays you. And then if it does well, great. If it doesn't do well, not great. Right? But I'm pretty sure you get paid the same. I was just thinking about this lately. Like, it's just, it adds to the stress of being a YouTuber that you just simply do not know if you're going to turn a profit on it, if people even give a fuck, if you're washed up. I mean, all you got to do is like keep posting and keep experimenting, keep trying new things. So I don't know. And I guess I am trying new things. So like, it's okay to have unique and new failures. And it's not like it's a failure. It's just, to me, I was like, all right, this is going to keep me afloat for so long. It's going to be good. We're going to be on the gravy train for the next 2 months. This video is going to pop. It's great, whatever. And then just overwhelmingly, it just didn't. Oh, fuck. I forgot to mention the music. The whole reason. Okay. So the video did pretty good despite everything. But the real issue was the music. There was copyrighted music in the end, the very beginning and the very end of the video. And God, I can't believe I forgot to mention this. This is an essential piece of information to why I felt bad about the video. I woke up the weekend after posting the video. And remember, I stepped away from the computer. I couldn't look at it. I was sick with grief and worry and anxiety about how I was going to do. And I stepped back to the computer on Monday morning, and it says, not monetizable, limited visibility. And guys, limited visibility for a YouTuber. Remember how I was saying earlier how it's all about attention and it's all about, how you're perceived and like the reach something has. If you have limited visibility, that means it's fucked. That means it's dead in the water. That means YouTube has gone and taken your little puppy out in the back and shot it in the face with a shotgun. That's what limited visibility means. It means your video is fucked forever. Even if it recovers somehow in the next 48, 72, 96 hours, whatever, even if it recovers somehow, you are fucked, because YouTube takes like the first 72 hours of video as that kind of initial push. It's pushing it to your subscribers. If your subscribers watch it all the way through, it pushes it to new people. This is a fucking YouTube marketing class. Maybe I should put this on Patreon. This shit's too valuable. And it pushes it to new people. And if it survives that initial, boost, then guess what? Now your video is going to get 1 million, 2 million, 3 million views, right? And that's how it works, right? And this is information that if I was a normal YouTuber, money hungry, cash grabbing, I would make a course on how to become a YouTuber. I would sell an ebook, but guess what? You get it for free. So make sure you subscribe, you greedy motherfucker, you cheap bastard, not willing to pay for shit. Watching a free YouTube video, go subscribe. Leave us a review on Spotify, okay? Leave a comment on Spotify while you're over there, okay? All right. So that's how it works. And if the video is fucked in the first weekend, guess what? It's fucked forever. And I guess potentially it could rebound, but I don't know. And this is the thing. I don't want to sound entitled, like I'm entitled to people watching me or whatever, but I just felt like compared to the other drinking in Japan videos, I thought, shit, man, I thought this was the one, bro. This is the one I worked the hardest on. This is the one I got the most drunk on. This is the one that I met like some gnarly characters. Well, I guess that Osaka one, the Salaryman video, was pretty fire. That's hard to compete with that one. But it was up there, I thought. It was up there. I did some unique stuff. I got the cinematographer. I got like an old digital camera. It's from 20 years ago. I really gave it my all. I put in a lot of elbow grease to this video. And so, I don't know. I just thought I would see some kind of return. And limited visibility, guys, that's a fucking gut punch. That's a gut punch. Luckily I was able to just delete the music out of the video, but the beginning's fucked up now and it's a little glitchy because it like saved 2 frames of the song. So it's like this cool cinematic intro and then just like that, and then just like an ad read. So I don't know. I don't think people really notice it. I don't think people really care as much as I do, and that's okay. I mean, this is my job, and it's not your job to care as much as me. I should be the one caring about it the most, but it just, it hurts, man. It hurts for sure. Like, especially seeing something I worked so hard on to just be immediately like kind of torn down by, honestly, my own hubris, because I knew about the rule with YouTube, demonetizing you if you had copyrighted material in your content. And I get that. I just thought I was like skirting the rules a little bit, because generally it's like below 5 seconds of copyrighted music or content or like a movie or whatever. It's okay and the AI can't pick up on it. But I guess since it was like a Bruno Mars song and it's like in the cultural kind of the forefront of people's minds, and there's probably 1 million repurposed, YouTube shorts on the platform. The AI was able to pick up on it like super quick. But honestly, I thought I was being a good boy. I even got super crafty with how I edited the audio. I don't know. I don't want to get into too much detail, but I thought I did good. And I went and I checked in and I clocked in on Monday morning to check the old YouTube algorithm. I thought I was being a healthy boy, not checking it. And guess what? The video was fucked. The video was fucked. And I could have done something about it if I had checked it. And this is how YouTube tricks you into just being on the platform all the goddamn time. This is what they want. They want you to be incessantly checking it. They want this to be your whole life, your whole world, that you're on the app all the time checking it. And I just can't do that shit anymore, man. I can't do that shit. It's too, it takes too much out of you. It takes too much from you. So I thought I did good stepping away, and then I came back and I was like, actually, no, I'm fucked. So anyways, feel sorry for poor old YouTuber, but it is what it is. I mean, look, did I lose some of you guys with this podcast? Did I alienate you? Did I make it seem like I'm a 1%er piece of shit sitting in my ivory tower demanding your views and clicks and Patreon money? Probably. Do I deserve every bit of that? Also probably. So maybe that's why I'll post it on Patreon. I don't know. These videos don't really do great on YouTube, just me commenting generally on like internet culture and stuff, and especially me just complaining for 40 minutes. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for coming. I think that's it. All right. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.